Okay, question 8. This was done not very well by that many of you. Important thing is to read and understand the question, work out what you need to do after having done that. Okay, Jenny is organising a barbecue. There are 30 bread rolls in a pack. There are 16 sausages in a pack. She needs exactly the same number of bread rolls as sausages. What is the smallest number of each pack she must buy? You must show all your working. So, first thing is, okay, she needs the same number of bread rolls as sausages. So that should twig you that what we need to do is to work out the lowest common multiple. Okay, so we need to find the lowest common multiple of 30 and 16, because that will be then an equal number for both bread rolls and sausages. It's a bit of a silly question, because who would organise a barbecue and just, not be sure about, okay, a few distractions in the background there, sorry about that. Who would organise a barbecue and just be like, well, as long as I have the same number of each, then I don't mind how many I buy? It's very silly. But that's what the question says. So in this case, I need to just find the lowest common multiple of 30 and 16. And there is two ways of doing this, and I don't want you to become too preoccupied with a formal method of doing it. In general, if you have a lowest common multiple question, the best thing to do is simply to list multiples until you get to a common one. So, multiples of 30. Multiples of 30. Okay, I'm going to just list some multiples of 30. 30, 60, 90, 120, 150. I'm just adding 30 each time. 180, 210, 240, 270, 300. I'm going to hope that it's somewhere before 300 that's a common multiple. So I'm going to now list, I may have to change that, but I'm going to now list multiples of 16. And just take your time to be careful about this. This is the sort of question you might want to go back to, so you don't get bogged down for time. But if I list my multiple of 16, I'll start in 16, 32. I'm looking for anything that's common between lists. That will be my lowest common multiple. 48. I'm having to be very careful with my adding 16 each time, not to make a mistake. 64, 80, 96, 112. Still nothing the same. And I'm going to keep going. 112, 128, 144, 160. Some of you might have spotted a pattern now that is going, the second digit here is going 6, 2, 8, 4, 0. 6, 2, 8, 4, 0. And it's going to carry on like that. Now what I do know is that this has got to be a multiple of, it has got to have a 0 at the end, doesn't it? And that could help me at this point, but I'm just going to take my time and be really careful. So 160, where do I go from here? 176, 192, 200 and 218, no, 200 and 208, 224, 240, and there it is. Okay, 240 is my lowest common multiple. Right, how many packs of, now I need to work out how many packs of bread rolls that is. 1 pack of bread rolls, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 packs of rolls, and how many packets of sausages did I need for 240 sausages? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15 packs of sausages. And that's my correct answer there. So it's a lowest common multiples question. And that's the way we could work it out. Now there is a sort of a formal way of working out lowest common multiples, and I'll show it to you now. It's to do with prime factors that we looked at in an earlier question. But if I take the prime factors of, I'm going to take the prime factors of 16 and of 30. Okay, 16. Prime factors of 16. Well, 16 is 8 times 2, and 8 is 4 times 2, and 4 is, these are prime, and 4 is 2 times 2. So it's 16 is 2 to the power of 4. And for 30, it is, and if I break this down into 15 and 2, and break that 15 into 5 and 3, then I've got my prime factors of 30. 5 times 3 times 2. Now, the way in which you can then use this information to find the lowest common multiple of both of these is to say, okay, which one's got the highest number of twos? So the highest factor of 2, so 2 to the power of the highest amount. So I mean, these are the same as 5 to the power of 1, multiply 3 to the power of 1, multiply 2 to the power of 1. This is 2 to the power of 4. So my lowest common multiple is going to be 2 to the power of 4. That's the highest, between these two, the highest factor of 2. Okay, and then this one's got 5 and 3, and this one doesn't have any 3s or 5s. So if I multiply by 3 and by 5, this will give me my lowest common multiple. So 2 to the power of 4 is 16, times by 3, times by 5, gives me, and I can, 3 times 5 is 15, so you could do this if this was a non-calculated paper, which it is. 6 times 5 is 30, 6 times 4 is 6, 7, 8, 9, 5, 1, and work out my answer there. So that's 0 there, 4 carry the 1, 240. That's what we said was our lowest common multiple. And then but even if you did this method, you would then have to work out how many sausages and how many bread rolls. So it's just much easier just to do this listing method. It just takes you a bit of time to do it.